Hello and welcome to the favorite games of 2017 tops. Okay, even though this is supposed to like sometime in January, I hope so. Well, I finally managed to order the games that I wanted to put for this list. And by that I mean like, you know, put 1 through 10, whatever. And the reason why it took me this long time to do it is because these games are a bit difficult to put. And because like I'm not sure which between those three I should play. Should I put one on, you know, higher than the other two? Which one is lower among the other two? But now I finally got it. I'm going to yeah, I got the cover because like the rest of the 7 slots in this list are pretty set, but just those three took me a while. So anyway, my favorite game 2017 tops 129. So 2017. Okay, I'm gonna you know, lay this down on you, okay? 2017 was not definitely the year of gaming for me. Mostly because, like, I don't have a Switch. Even, like, almost a year later, I don't have a Switch. And because of that, I've missed out on a ton of games that would be easily applicable for this list. So, I've not touched a single Switch game, well, except from demos from, like, store demos, but, like... And even though I know people with Switches, I've not played on any of those. So, that is gone. Therefore, I have to go through other sources of, you know, playing new stuff. Be it from my IRL friends or by emulators. But mostly through the former. But, and of course, there are a few games from 2017, like very early 2017, that are still on this list. So, before we get into it, there are, like with last tops, 2 honorable mentions that I want to, you know, talk about. The first of which is Pokemon Gold, and the reason why this is on honorable mention and not on the list proper, even though it should be on the list proper, is because I've already played Pokemon Gold when it came out. And that's the only reason why this is on the honorable mentions and not on the real list, because I've said this story quite a few times that I have lost my Pokemon Gold a long time ago. And that thing is missing and has always been missing, so it's gone, like gone. And so, finally got this opportunity once again to play Pokemon Gold through the Virtual Console, and so I managed to, you know, play and beat Pokemon Gold using very unconventional Pokemon. That's pretty neat. And the other is... The King of Fighters 13. Now, I'm going to mention how I got to play this game on a later entry, but okay. So here's what the point of this thing is. The King of Fighters 13 has the one fighting game character I've always wanted to play. That's right. I finally got to play Kula Diamond for the first time ever, and her theme is on the main intro. So you're wondering where the heck, you know, is this character, you know, how I play this character. And like this character has been mentioned in other tops, but I've not mentioned it here that of a game I actually played. However, I've only played this one time for less than 30 minutes, which is why it is on this list. And even though there are other entries on this list I've only played once, ever, but are still worthy to be on this list, that's saying quite a lot. Alright, so let's go to the list proper. Now for the 10th slot, I've only played up to now 4 mobile games. That being Record Keeper, which is on the previous list, and we got you know, Brave Exvius, Pokemon Duel, we had Fire Emblem Heroes, we got Super Mario Run, and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And some of those will be on this list. Heck, one is on this slot. And this slot goes to...
Are you the hero of light we seek? Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius.
Yes, well, this is, as you can say, the around give it the first or second game I ever played this year, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And the reason why it's on the 10th slot is because it's nowhere near as good as Record Keeper. And even though I had played this for quite a long time, even now, the thing is, there's something about Brave Exvius that I really don't like compared to Record Keeper and to other mobile games that I played. Even Mario, I don't even know when Mario came out. It came out this year, last year. I don't even remember anymore. But they're having tomorrow already have his 1 year anniversary, so last year. So anyway, yeah, there's something about Brave Exvius that we didn't like. Mostly probably because it's very whale unfriendly and definitely free to play unfriendly. It mostly it's just not not a really game which you want to play free to play, which I've been doing for the entire time. And I got quite a lot of decent units. Heck, a lot of quite a few really good units, but I have I don't know, I just don't like it. Mostly because a lot of the original characters on this game are a little too powerful. I mean, yeah, there's some Final Fantasy true Final Fantasy characters are really good, like Luna and Gilgamesh, but there are a lot more original characters there. And what's the point of having a game with a ton of old Final Fantasy characters? It's just gonna bring a ton of original characters and use them for the main focus of the game. I just feel like that's kind of a cop-out. But also all sorts of complete nonsense regarding the gacha rates, all the nonsense regarding the the actual difficulty and the content of the game. I just really feel like no, I will still play it, but just not a game I would put on any further than the number 10. Speaking of one, I'm going to mention Pokemon Duel because that game is not on the list, and it's kind of a similar situation to nowhere near similar situation to Brave Exvius. That's actually it's the only mobile game that I have to actually stop playing. Well, I actually stopped playing Pokemon Go, but I've stopped playing Pokemon Duel. I just deleted it because I just not going to play anymore. I mean, yeah, the concept of Pokemon Duel is pretty cool, but it's just a one, maybe two, and done. I just didn't feel like playing anymore. But for Brave Exvius, I'm just gonna, I don't know, play some more, grind some more. Just for what all I've been doing on it, just kind of, whatever. Number 9. Now, I mentioned before that I went through other sources to get some of my, gameplay, and I'm going to mention this. This is not on this list, but it's something similar. Now, I went to a friend of DL's place and played a game called Recore for Xbox One. And I was looking at it, I was playing through a level. I don't know what level I was going through. It was just like a desert canyon level, and you have to go on top of some collect stuff. I don't know what I was playing, but and then Dell was getting a guide or something for what we were doing. So we did that. I don't know how long we were playing for, but I just wanted to mention this here because this was going to be on the list, even though it's for a game I have no idea what I'm doing. So instead, here's another game that I've only played once for about half an hour, but it was a game that I actually did enjoy when I played it. This is Slime Rancher. Now, the method I played this is on Xbox One by my friend Kevin, who always mentions how much he regretted having that Xbox One, because whenever I mention gaming to him, he's like one of those PC Master Race dudes, and saying that everything is better on the PC, and well, he's not wrong. It's just he really doesn't like his not a big fan of consoles, which I understand. I mean, I kind of encourage him for that same thing, so. But, yeah, I was playing Slime Rancher on the house a few weeks ago. And by a few weeks ago, I mean on December. This is December, one of the last games I've played this year. And he was saying, hey, why don't you go play on my Xbox? And or did I ask if I could play on the Xbox? I don't remember. He'll probably tell me if he's watching this video. So, and I saw this random game called Slime Rancher, and I was like, whatever, I'll take a look at it. And then I started playing it, and I was immediately in love with it. It's So if they take the collectathon idea, like the collectathon gameplay, in which you can just go collect a bunch of stuff to make progress, and with like for games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo 2, which I played in TK64, I'm looking really love, and mix it in with a lot of cute stuff. There's a lot of cute in this game, so mix collectathon and cute stuff. I'm in. I'm full in. Heck, I'm considering going to my Steam account that I haven't touched since 2013 or 2011, and just getting that game. I'd be like the only game I have on Steam, just so I can play that game more. Yeah, it's a game I've only played once, but I was immediately invested. So I don't know a thing about Slime Ranch. I don't know a thing about the game. I don't know a thing about the objective. I don't know a thing about its developers or any sort of thing. That's a game I really want to play more of. Even if it's like one more time. Probably just play one more time and be bored with it. Sure, but I really want to play some more of that thing. Number 8. Now, again, with going on to sources, we get to my friend Yandel and his 2DS. Now, the situation with this 2DS, which does affect the placement of this entry, did broke down because like he actually dropped it and the screen cracked, and I tried to repair it. And however, it seems that there's more to it than the screen cracked. So even after getting a replacement screen, there's something wrong with it. So it's like maybe we should just get a 2DS and remember I'll just call Nintendo support, to get rid of the Nintendo Network ID. But like. This affected the placement because a lot of the games he had on his 2DS were digital. So now they kind of know. And he did learn that you probably shouldn't do digital on 2DS. And one of the games mentioned that I wanted to mention here is Dragon Ball Fusions. I'm going to say this right now. Dragon Ball Fusions is pretty decent. I looked a lot of it. He showed me a lot of Dragon Ball Fusions, and I played a little bit of it, not much. But I, got to see it, got to play a little bit of it, and I feel like, let this game. It's pretty cute. It's pretty nice. However, this is not the game I'm mentioning here. The game I'm mentioning here is Kirby Triple Deluxe. Now, I think I gave him my Planet Robobot just so you can play Planet Robobot. I think he still has it. Either he still has it or I still have it. I don't know anymore. Maybe I have it now. But he was playing it, he beat it, and he wanted to play Triple Deluxe, and so he was playing Triple Deluxe. However, it was digital, and I played it quite a first like 3 or 4 like worlds of Kirby Triple Deluxe, and it was pretty good. It's pretty good. However, like compared to Planet Robot, which is like the next game in the series, But yeah, Triple Deluxe, pretty solid game. But that's just it. It's a solid game. However, I only got to like World 4 or 5 before his 2DS broke down, and I can't play anymore because it's locked to his Nintendo Network ID. And even then, if I don't manage to fix his 2DS, which is probably impossible, if I did play it again, I'd have to start over. So that's otherwise this game will probably been number 6 or 5 on this list. But if it wasn't for that 2DS breaking down, then I'll probably, whatever. Next. Number 7, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Yes, this game came out recently. Yes, it is a mobile game, I know. But, hey, it's a little bit of fun. And it's a quite different, vastly different to the gacha games, like, since for Fire Emblem Heroes, Record Keeper, Brave Exvius. That game is different in that you don't need to pay a thing, like, at all. It's like, for the others, like, you can go free to play, but if you want to go, get the good stuff, you probably might want to pay for it just to get a better chance at it. But no, for Pocket Camp, something different. For Pocket Camp, yeah, I mean, we could just pay for stuff to make things done faster. However, it's really not really that relevant. That you just like play the whole thing free to play is no big deal. Which is probably why it hasn't had like a good revenue for a good while now. But because it's like very free to play friendly. Heck, I can almost say that there's no whaling in Pocket Camp. But anyway, it's just standard Animal Crossing. It's cute. You just do requests for villagers, and the villagers give you materials to build stuff. And you build stuff so the animals go to your campsite full time, so you can call them, and then they go stick to your campsite, and they can sometimes give you stuff while you're in campsite, and so on and so forth, to get some really ridiculous, or not ridiculous, really like expensive builds. And like the villagers are separated into like different what essences they give out and what materials they give out. Now the thing about Pocket Camp is that even with Animal Crossing, you only get like from the start of the game like 40 villagers or animals, and not until like now where it's about I think it's 50 something or 60, I don't know. Like no, it's like 50-ish, at least 50. But yeah, none of the ton of Animal Crossing villagers are in Pocket Camp, so you gotta wait until a lot of the good, your old favorite villagers come in. I'm hoping, I'm hoping for Monique to show up sometime, next year, so I can have my favorite villager around. I mean, Phoebe's already in the game, so she's she was there to to hold out for a while. I got Pee-wee's in there too, so it's one of the original villagers. That's neat. And then there's Marshall, which is I kind of wanted to get him in town because like he has really good stuff. But you get the idea. Pocket Camp has like some interesting stuff that you don't really need you don't need to pay anything for. Number 6. Now we're back to Yandel. However, the thing with him is he's a huge Sonic fan. Like I mean, a huge Sonic fan. Like. If like he usually talks to me, he usually talks about one of two things: Sonic or Dragon Ball. One of the two, like 90% of the time. So anyway, so obviously he has quite a few Sonic games at his disposal, and one of which is Sonic Generations 3DS, which he has let me play through and beat it. Well, granted, it only has one save file, just like Pokemon. So all I did was just went through all the stages and the special stages. And just looked at the cutscenes, like in the game's like theater menu. That's pretty much all. Technically, I've seen all of Sonic Generation 3DS. However, even though this game I did beat out of the ones I'm gonna mention for this slot. Now here's the part where I mentioned how I managed to play King of Fighters. Now he currently has a PlayStation 4, and he's had it for quite a few days now, like technically a few weeks now. But he only hasn't restarted playing it until like a few days ago. And he has Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, and obviously being a Sonic fan, like he have the two. And for Sonic Forces, I've always seen, I've created my character. I just made him a normalish brown rabbit, making him look as dapper as possible, and made like blind, just to make it part of the personality, just because a blind rabbit, like who is still like manages to, beat people up in style. But I'm not going to mention it here. It's not Sonic Forces. It's not this thing. Now, it turns out the PlayStation has this thing called PlayStation Now, which is kind of like a Netflix of sorts for the PlayStation. Now, notice I know nothing about this sort of thing, okay? Now, there's something I kind of wish the Wii U had. However, the Wii U doesn't have it. He just has regular eShop. But it has a thing in which there's a ton of games that you just like stream to the game for a subscription. That is awesome. I kind of wish the Switch has this. I've heard that the Xbox has this too, but again, I don't know a thing, so whatever. And one of those was a ton of different fighting games, surprisingly enough. And then there's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which I'm going to mention here. Is all I played about SA2 Battle was the multiplayer, because he hasn't restarted SA2 Battle. When I went to his place and played it, he just played the multiplayer just because. Sonic Generations PS4, well, technically PS3, but yeah, I was playing on PS4. I haven't touched it. I've only seen it. And now here's the game I'm gonna mention here. This is Sonic Mania. Now, again, a game that came out this year. Now, again, I am not a Sonic fan. I am terrible at Sonic. Okay? So right now, I am terrible at Sonic. And especially classic Sonic. I'm god-awful at those. But I'm mentioning Sonic Mania here instead of Sonic Forces. And the main reason is because, you end up letting me, play multiplayer, similar to like Sonic 2, with like, Sonic and Tails is invulnerable. However, the camera zooms on Sonic, so it can't. So if Sonic goes fast, it can't really do much about it. You just like basically have to go autopilot. But I don't know. I just finally had a fun time with it, and he let me like do some special stages too. I was like pretty decent at a couple of them, but like the third special stage, I was terrible at. He and I were both terrible at. And I think if I heard like last time I talked to him, he has beaten that special stage. But I was bad at it. And I was playing on Knuckles mode, so I was showing just Knuckles, and I was doing pretty well as Knuckles. So if I probably might go back to playing Sonic Mania, I played on Knuckles mode, and I was doing a special stage with Knuckles, and I was doing pretty well as Knuckles. And we're doing multiplayer together, doing like multiplayer races, and he was doing Sonic, and I was playing Tails, and I was terrible as Tails. However, when I switched to Knuckles, I was winning all the time. Apparently, I'm not a fan of Sonic, but I'm a fan of Knuckles. Who knew? But yeah, Sonic Mania, even though I played it one time, so far, I had a pretty fun time with Yendel. Doing multiplayer stuff, just, hanging out, just playing Sonic. So, that's, just some fun stuff that I've had. So, there you go. That's Sonic Mania. And none of Sonic Mania itself is what I like. It's more like the time I had with playing Sonic Mania. Now, 5 through 1 are games that I play, so no outside sources, no friends to play it with. Although friends, if for a certain sense of the word, will be involved on one of the slots here. But the 5th slot is Mario Sports Superstars. Holy crud! Why is this here? Why is this on the 5 slot? And my answer is because it belongs there. Because the Mario Sports game, of course, I'll be excited to play a Mario Sports game. And yeah, I did enjoy the time I had with Mario Sports Superstars. I still think the tennis mode in Mario Sports Superstars is better than Mario Tennis Open. And yes, it has like the baseball mode, which kind of neat. The horse racing, I do like the idea of the horse racing. It's kind of like, again, Mario Kart with horses, but even more stuff. And all the other modes are pretty neat. So I like the modes. The problem I have with Mario Sports Superstars is I can't record anything from it because my phone is beating the butt, and decided to die very often. That's why that's the first thing I did when I got that check was to buy a new phone battery. And I'll probably arrive here by the time you're watching this video, but as I'm recording this, it's not. Yeah, it's hard for me to record anything off of it because like a lot of the modes here take well around like 20 minutes to complete one mode, and that sounds fine. That sounds fine until you get to the fact that this game is not popular at all. This game is like not well received. Therefore, not many people are playing it. Therefore, there's no reason to even play online because no one's gonna play. So, I got the game. I wanted to play multiplayer on it, but I couldn't because no one's on, and people that are on, I couldn't record any of it because my phone. But yeah, I've had my fun time with Superstars, so I'll just leave it at that. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones! Okay, the reason why this is below Blazing Blade was because of the reason why I played Blazing Blade in the first place. Now, Sacred Stones, I'll just say, there are a lot of good stuff with Sacred Stones. The music, good. The idea of, the branching path similar to what I've heard about Gaiden. I haven't played Shadows of Valencia, so I wouldn't know. And the game just reminds me of Fire Emblem Awakening. Like, a Fire Emblem Awakening just reminds me a lot, especially the way the world map works. it just makes me run out of Fire Emblem Awakening. It even has a grinding spot, so if you want to do some grinding, there you go. But definitely definitely a lot better than Blazing Blade and what they did, which is no like dedicated grinding spot. And because there's a dedicated grinding spot in Sacred Stones that you get pretty early on, like early-ish on, you don't have to worry about the permadeath mechanics. That's why I wasn't worrying that much about the permadeath mechanic. Granted, I was playing on emulator, but it definitely was like pretty good. Now, I've already did a video, the previous thoughts about various Sacred Stones characters. You already know that sort of thing. But I think the game itself, something about the game itself that, I don't know, maybe just like, maybe like because the reason like Blazing Blade, it's like something completely outside of Blazing Blade, but again, I'll tell you that when I get to it. But I say, the game itself is pretty good. Plus it's loot. But I find it pretty good. So, Sacred Stones, pretty solid game. And I wouldn't say it's my favorite Fire Emblem, because it's not not above Blazing Blade, of course. But we'll just get to Blazing Blade right now, might as well. Alright, so this is my third slot. So, and the main reason why I started playing Fire Emblem Blazing Blade was because of Fire Emblem Heroes. Now, because Fire Emblem Heroes has Ursula, and you know, kind of like how Ursula looks in Heroes, so I decided, you know what, let's go see, might as well go see Blazing Blade. I mean, it's been long overdue since the last, you know, heard of Blazing Blade. Or also call it here just Fire Emblem GBA, because it had no subtitles because first Fire Emblem in the US. But for just going to Blazing Blade from here on out. I find the game is, I don't know. I don't know if I think gameplay wise, there's something about Blazing Blade that I like more and less than Sacred Stones. But the reason I was playing it was because I was motivated to play it. Now, I knew about Blazing Blade long before, you know, Fate's Awakening, but I actively tried not to play because of the permadeath mechanic. I didn't really like the idea of permadeath. Again, I know I said this before, but what's the point of, you know, getting to know all these characters if you're at risk of not seeing them ever again? Because I know the whole point of the permadeath is to make you care more about the characters, but for me, the permadeath is the opposite effect. It makes me care less about the characters. It makes me like not want to touch permadeath because I want to like the characters, but I don't want the permadeath getting in the way of it. So that's why I didn't want to do Blazing Blade because of the permadeath. But now I decided, you know, let's go for the permadeath. Why not? And I had a pretty good time, especially the fact when I beat Ursula and I say, you know what, I'm gonna hack the crud of this game just to get her in my party and replace Bartray because who cares about him? And well, magic happened. So if I got the one character I really would like, the only reason why I want to play this game now on my team, and I used her for the rest of the game, and it was a fun experience. Just learning how to hack the game using the nightmare thing, and I found it really fun. I found that real fun hacking tool and hacking the game to suit the things I wanted to do in the game. And that's why it's on the third slot and not Sacred Stones. Number 2, finally a Shantae game that has its proper place, because like I had like a couple of other Shantae games that I wanted to put higher up but couldn't because of just bad time. Like Pirate's Curse, I had it on an earlier favorite games list, but it was pretty low because I only got to play it a few times. I never actually managed to play deep enough into the story and the gameplay of Pirate's Curse to warrant a higher slot. But now that I beat half-genie Hero and its 2 DLCs, I don't think the ones that didn't beat are Hero Mode and Hardcore Mode, because I only like yesterday, like the the 30th or 20th of December beat Friends to the End. Now that I actually beat half-genie hero and I've actually got to know all the context to the game, I can safely say it is better than the 2 Fire Emblem games. Mostly because I was invested in the characters of the 2 Fire Emblem games, but I got more invested in the Shantae characters. Mostly because one, I like Shantae. 2, I like her friends. Risky is pretty neat. And, well, the world they're in, it's small but large, but also interesting. And the gameplay of Shantae, I really like, even though I'm not used to Metroidvanias, but then again, this is half-genie hero, which is more of a platformer. But it's like mostly platformer, because like it's mostly like linear, go A to B, but like this is like branching paths. But it's definitely a game I really enjoyed. And the theme song, I like. There's a lot of things about Shantae half-genie hero that I really like. So, and after playing the main mode and 2 DLCs, which act as separate games because they act completely different, even though they're the same levels, but the way it's done is different. So that's why I really do like the DLCs of half-genie hero, because like when you play as Risky, there's some things you can do as Risky, some things you cannot do as Risky. And when you play Friends to the End, there's some things that the 3 friends can do that neither Shantae or Risky can do. However, and also there's some things that each of the friends can do, but the others can't, which is kind of incentive to play all 3 instead of, sticking in Sky in the entire game. I tried doing it; it didn't work as well, mostly because like I had to use all 3 at some point, but especially in the first level. But I find it fun. I find it a really fun game. And it finally deserves a proper slot. I mean, I gushed over Shantae way too many times, but now we finally have a Shantae game on a proper spot. My favorite games of 2017. And number 1, I really did not want to put this in, but it has to be here. I mean, what other game on this list that I've done a ton of videos for? What other games on this list that I've talked a lot for? What among the rest of this list that I could get anticipation for? Fire Emblem Heroes, because it has to be a number 1. Even though I kind of didn't want to be a number 1, but it just is, and it kind of has to be there. If I had played, let's say, I don't know, Mario Odyssey, I'll probably overtake Fire Emblem Heroes. Maybe not. If I had played like Breath of the Wild, it'd probably even be like a number like, I don't know, 4 or 5, because they're not a big fan of Zelda. Or Splatoon 2, or who cares? Fire Emblem Heroes is number 1, because it has to be. I've made a ton of videos recently, have done videos this entire year about Fire Emblem Heroes. This is the year of Fire Emblem Heroes on my channel. There's no more else to say, but 2017 is the year of Fire Emblem Heroes on my entire channel. I can't play anything more. That's just it. I'm done with this list. So that is all for favorite game of 2017. And yes, Fire Emblem Heroes is my favorite game of 2017 because it just had to be. 130, I don't know what to put 130. I really want to put Pikmin 3 in East because that thing's been there for years, and I had ordered it, but I've never done anything about it. So either I'll put that at a mini tops for the next one, or make it a quick fire thing. So anyway, that is all. See you guys later for Tots 130, and for hopefully for 2018 I get hope we get Switch and some games that deserve to be on my favorite game 2018. Bye.